Hey there, freaking awesome people. Winnie here from Mind Now, and welcome back to Inspirational Mind, where we break down channels, interview people to gain their perspective on how you can master your mind to gain self-confidence and self-esteem, especially as an introvert. But hey, don't shy away if you're an extrovert because the world needs you. And today we have a special guest. It is Mr. Willem. How are you doing, bro?
I'm fine. What about you? What about you?
I'm doing awesome, bro, because we have this interview, and I want to gain some perspective of yours so that I gain value from it, my people can gain value from it, everybody wins. So, anyway, you have already seen some of my interviews, and so you know that my first question is the most awesome question, which is how do you gain self confidence and believe in yourself, bro?
For me, I think it was like when I went to the university, I actually started going to the gym because I'm 1 meter 93. I'm like really tall, and I used to be like really skinny. So that was like the first part, just like going to the gym, working out, and getting some muscles. And it's like it doesn't make you self confident like just straight away, but like it helps you because you become like more confident about your body. And then I think also just like doing an internship during my bachelor's because we had like the design projects at school, and you're always like doing the projects, and then like yeah, everyone says, oh, it's great, and that's it. So at a certain point I was doing the internship, and like my mentor at the company was really like, oh, whatever the fuck you do, it's amazing, and and I was like, okay, I'm actually helping people here, and that helped me quite a lot actually, because yeah, just it's just like you feel that people actually value what you do instead of doing some silly school project. So you're actually helping them, you're actually giving them some value, and also it's like you're getting out of your comfort zone because I never did like an internship or something, and I met like a lot of new people, and it was just like getting out of the comfort zone, and that helps you actually quite a lot. So I think that's like the most important thing for people if they want to like gain self-confidence. It's like, yeah, you have to get out of that comfort zone, and it's not nice, but you have to do it.
True, true. It will be challenging and difficult. Would you actually say that you're a confident person right now? Or what are areas that you want to work on and that you have to work on?
um I think I can say that I'm pretty confident. It's also pretty weird because like now when I meet some new people, for example, I met this girl last year, and she was like, yeah, you're really confident, you're really loud, and and I was like, yeah, I used to be really shy, and she was like, what? Really? It's like people don't believe it, so I think I can say that I'm pretty confident right now. And of course, it's also like pretty nice to get like a compliment about it because like one of my friends, he actually said it like, yeah, when you came to the university, you were this like long, skinny, shy kid, and now you're just Willem, and you're just there, and you have like the confidence and the appearance. So yeah, I think I can say that I'm confident now. What should I work on? That's a good one. I think mostly sometimes my people skills because like I tend to be a bit like rude, but like I don't like want to insult people or something, but I have this pretty rude humor most of the time, and people don't always like it that much. So yeah, that's something that I need to be like that I have to work on. But like I teach people really often, so
Right. No, cool, man. That's awesome that you're at least honest about it. Everybody has their flaws. That's one of yours that you're working on, and that's really great, man. And you said that at the beginning you were a shy person, and you said like in order to build that confidence, first of all go to a gym, build some muscles up so that you feel good. And by the way, going to a gym, it releases all of the endorphins and stuff like that, which is awesome. And what else did you do? Like you went to a gym, you got out of your comfort zone. Are those like the two things that really made you to that confident person?
yeah, it's also like next to just studying at the university, I also did like a lot of like extra things. Let's say, for example, last year me and some friends, we opened like a student bar and restaurant at the university on the campus. And it's like a fully professional thing actually, like fully professional business. And like you're just like doing those kind of like, is it getting like out of your comfort zone really hard? Not really, but you're just like building shit and you're just doing stuff, and like people say like, oh my god, this is great, and you're just doing these fully professional stuff. Because like if you're a student, like if you talk about like 1,000 euros, you're already like, oh my god, this is so much money. And then you're like building a business, and like the budgets are like you can basically just buy a house with it or something. And you're just like having the contacts with all these companies, and that also helps, of course, that you're not like the silly kid anymore. So that's also something that helped me, at least.
That's awesome, man. Like doing some challenging stuff like projects and stuff that kind of like pushes you out of your comfort zone, like you said. And yeah, that's really cool. So what gives you the energy throughout your day, bro? Do you have like a morning routine or evening routine, or what do you actually do that pumps you up and gives you that positivity?
That is a good question. I think actually this is something that I like still need to work on, because like I have like a really bad concentration span, and when I'm like studying or working, like yeah, it's everything goes so slow, and I sometimes I feel like I'm not getting my shit done. I'm getting distracted too much. So that might be a point for improvement actually. But like my morning routine, now I don't really have one. But what I did, for example, in Denmark, I've been in Denmark for half a year exchange, and there that was really cool. So I woke up at 5 in the morning, then I had breakfast. I cycled to the university, which was like half an hour away. Then I went to the gym because the gym was at the university. Then I took a shower, and that was really cool because like at 8 or like a bit past 8, I already had like woken up, ate breakfast, went to the gym, had a shower, and everyone's day was just getting started, And it's like 8 in the morning, and you already have that done, and that gave me a lot of energy. But now, like I'm back at my parents' place, and now I still have to like find a routine actually. But that's also because like I'm going to graduate, like I'm supposed to at least. But like just finding like the subject and for the thesis, it takes like a shit ton of time, and just like finding a supervisor. So now I'm like not really actively doing anything, and I think that's for me that doesn't help. I need a bit more structure. So I think I might need to look in some morning routine indeed. But actually, I was considering to get like some workout equipment, some bench press and stuff for at home. So I think if I get that, I'm just gonna go to the gym again in the morning, then have breakfast, shower, and then get started.
Yeah, man, dude, whatever works for you. But like you said, when you like work out in the morning, you kind of like get that energy, and your day just looks awesome. You're like pumped up. Everybody's like, just woken up or whatever, and you're like super energetic. That's like a good side of going to the gym in the morning, right? Now, talking about like passion and purpose, I don't know if you've already found your passion or purpose, but a lot of people in their 20s, they're kind of like, they lack the self-confidence because they don't know what to do in their life yet, or maybe they're studying something that they're not really passionate about, or not their purpose, or because their parents told them to. Now, I don't know what your situation is, but despite that, you can still give me your opinion on this subject. What advice would you give to someone who hasn't found their passion and purpose yet?
I think again, it's like getting out of your comfort zone a bit, because what you're doing right now, it's not your passion, obviously. So I would be like, yeah, you just have to like try new things. Just go out, do something else. Go, I don't know, kayaking or running or whatever you like. Just try it. I mean, if you're not gonna try, you're never gonna find it out anyway. So I think that would be the best advice that I can give. Actually, I feel like getting out of your comfort zone is like the solution to a lot of things, like gaining confidence, getting your passion, getting more social skills, whatever. Because there's a large group out there, especially like if you look on Reddit, just of people who are like, oh yeah, I don't have social skills, or I don't know any girls, or I'm really bad at flirting, or whatever. And they're always like, what am I supposed to just to solve it? And it's always the same. Just try it. Just get out of the fucking the comfort zone. You just have to like push yourself further and further. And it's not a thing that like everyone just can do, I guess. But otherwise, you're never gonna get anywhere, I think.
True, man. That's true. At the end of the day, you gotta take action, right? You can learn as much as you want, but you won't change anything if you don't actually do it. And when you do it, it's always a bit different from what you've actually learned, because theory is not always like, you know, praxis. But yeah, have you actually found your passion? Are you studying something that you're passionate about, or how do you go about that?
That is a really good question. I don't think I really have already, because like even for my studies, I'm doing human technology interaction. So it's basically a lot of like research of how do people work with the robots, how do they get along, if you change this aspect of a robot, how will people react to it, but also like just your smartphone interface or something, and all these kind of different things. Even there, I'm feel like it's interesting because I'm very interested in psychology, but on the other hand, I'm also like, I don't know if it's exactly my thing, especially because it focuses a lot on research, and not. I'm more of a guy who actually wants to do stuff and not read papers and write papers, and yeah, that kind of thing. And then for like, let's say going to the gym, I'm not really one of those gym guys who like he's all passionate about gymming. I mean, I like going to the gym, I like working out, but I'm not like one of these people that is going to eat very healthy just so they can be better or something. I mean, as I told you before the interview, it's like, yeah, I'm hungover right now, but I'm not gonna like stop drinking just to get better gains or something, you know. I'm like, yeah, just have fun. Um, and then like with YouTube, actually, I'm very interested in psychology. So it's like I love reading about it, but like just editing the movies, I don't know if you know it, but like it's like it becomes pretty annoying, like always editing the movies, like writing the movies, recording it, fine, doing the research, fine, but just like editing the movies is like always so annoying. And I actually have animated videos, and it already helps actually, because before I was just like talking to the camera, and I always got like really annoyed by watching myself. I don't know why, but like I'm just like, yeah, I can't handle watching myself, especially because like I'm a perfectionist sometimes, and all the pronunciation has to be perfect, and then you're just watching the movie and like you're like, oh fuck, I messed up again. And then with the recording, I was actually like doing so many takes that like, yeah, it became really annoying. So animated videos helps, but for a real passion, I don't know. I actually don't think that I already like found my one thing which I like. Um, I think it's mainly like making other people feel better, because a few months ago I made this video, I think about how to make friends and where to find them or something. And I posted it in a subreddit, social skills subreddit, and someone reacted like, "Oh my god, dude, this is amazing." And I was like, that makes me happy, because like then you're really helping people who need it. And then I was like, this is why I'm doing it. But now I'm actually off the social skills videos a bit, because yeah, it always kind of comes down to the same stuff. Just get out of the comfort zone. Just fucking try. You just gotta do it.
I totally agree with what you said there. I mean, if you look at every video and at every people who are actually making videos on YouTube concerning how to, let's say, make friends, or I don't know, whatever it is always the same thing. But however, how you put it, even though it's around the same topic, you might be able to help that one person that I cannot, even though we're saying exactly the same thing, but how you put it, how you convey the messages resonates with that person. So at the end, you are actually the one helping that person and not me. So yes, it is the same topic and everything, but that's why there are like so many people, and maybe their humor, my humor, is like something that is unique, that resonates, that makes them understand this topic easier than when you say it, even though we're saying exactly the same thing. Do you get what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I never looked at it that way actually. Huh.
I also asked myself exactly the same question like you did, because at the end of the day, we look at, I mean, I watch like a lot of YouTube videos just so that I comment on them, getting my name out there kind of, and also seeing what they're actually talking about. And then you kind of realize, like you said, it's always the same thing, but then you kind of like, then I asked myself, okay, why am I still like making this video? And that's when I came to this conclusion that, oh, what I say and how I put it together, and maybe my humor or how I convey it and say it, will then, help that person, even though the topics are the same and everything is already out there, and at the end of the day, people connect with people, right? So that the similarities, right, if you're similar with that person, you resonate with that person more than with the other person. So a lot of things, a lot of factors come into play here. But yeah, I do get your point, and sometimes it does get boring. But having your big why, like you said, you feel good when you actually help that person and that person says, dude, this is like the most amazing video, bro. You're like, yeah, man, I'm doing it for you, man. I just want to help you, So at the end of the day, we got to have this big why. And yeah, man, I think that's like the reason why we're making this video, or at least I am, you too. But that doesn't mean that, maybe later down the road you decide to do something else because your mindset shifts and you have like bigger purpose, something that you do, and you can bring like a much better value than all of this. Who knows, right? I mean, you're still young, we're still young. How old are you, by the way?
I'm 22. How old are you actually?
I'm 24.
I'm 24.
Yeah, we're still young people.
Life experience.
Yeah, man, we're still really young, and that's also one thing. That's why I actually talked about, like, with passion and purpose and everything, that a lot of people in our age, including me in the past, we kind of like overthink things because we think like, oh, we have to figure it out like right now, like we tend to compare ourselves with others too much, and then we like kind of get into a rut. But yeah, like you said, man, we gotta experience more, take action, try a lot of things in order to see like what really resonates with us. And who knows, maybe we'll figure it out when we're 30 or 40. Like we never know, and our mindset always changes, every year. So what I really love from Gary Vaynerchuk is that we should enjoy our process, and rather than the goal that we have, because we should just love yin and yang, so to speak, because everything changes. It's a constant change, and we should be adaptable to everything. So anyway, that was my take. I'm interviewing myself again. Oh my God, what typical Winnie. Anyway, a question for you now. So in order to have that confidence, you also got to be like self-disciplined. So my question to you is, how do you actually gain that self-discipline?
Ooh, that's a really bad question because as I said, like my concentration span is bad and I'm like not that self-disciplined actually.
So how do you, okay, you don't have to answer that question, but how do you go about it? What works for you?
Um, I think one of the most important things to get like some discipline is getting structure. Um, for example, for me, when went to the university and when I started gymming, I always said like I'm going to the gym in the morning or I'm not going. So for me, it really was like, okay, morning, then I'm going to the gym, and otherwise I'm not going. And then I have already done that, and it was like just it becomes like a habit, you know. You just go there every 2 or 3 days per week, and I think that's like really important. And also just making a fucking to-do list is like I don't know why, but just writing down the stuff that I have to do makes me like more productive or something. I don't know why. Maybe it's some like pressure, but I think that helps for me as well. But yeah, I think those are like the most important parts. First, and beyond that, I still need to like find something for like not getting myself distracted by my phone or like the internet, because like that's the problem with YouTube, of course. There is so much distraction, you know.
Yes, definitely,
It's,
definitely. One thing what has helped me
I
the
don't know,
most,
you have some tips, like,
um, what I have used is a Pomodoro technique. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or used it. So basically, you set a timer for 25 minutes, and in this 25 minutes, you have to do whatever you have to do, and whatever messages you get or stuff, you put it away, or you do even airplane mode, or like anything that can distract you, you put it away, and in this 25 minutes you only do that what you're supposed to do, and set a timer, and when that timer goes off, then 5 minutes break, and that is when you can do like you can check all of the messages or whatever you want to do. And that has helped me the most, because I also get distracted sometimes, and sometimes my thoughts come up, while I'm doing something, but then I just write these thoughts
yeah,
down,
especially the young one.
and yeah, it has been really helpful. So yeah, that is one thing that I can recommend to you. Maybe it will be helpful to you too.
I'm gonna try that tomorrow actually. But yeah, now you said it, like getting caught on your thoughts. I really recognize it. Like sometimes I'm like studying or something, and like then I find myself holding an imaginary conversation for like 10 minutes. I don't know if you ever have that, but like I sometimes do that, and I'm just like talking to myself while studying, and I'm just for like 10 minutes. Oh,
I love to act, and I don't know if you've seen like my Instagram videos, I make like comedy and stuff, so I always have like skit ideas as well, and so they always come up into my head as well. So sometimes it's like really distracting, but what really has helped me a lot is like being mindful, like meditation, because now I also do like mindfulness meditation again. I actually took a break from it, but now I challenge myself, including others in the Osama Nation group. You're also in that group, bro, and we're doing that challenge where we do like every morning for 10 minutes mindfulness meditation, and that has helped me a lot, including like getting enough sleep and eating right, and going to a gym. Like, a lot of people out there, they only say, for example, yeah, meditate and that will help you a lot. It's wrong. It's really wrong. Because if you like eat bad, and you don't get enough sleep, and you meditate, that meditation won't help you a lot, because your state your whole body, your mind is just not in the right condition. So you got to do the basics first before you meditate. And that is, yeah, something that I want to add. Anyway, so you actually said, bro, that you are a perfectionist. So I am also a perfectionist. It has gotten much better. But still, I still am a perfectionist. So I want to ask you, how do you go about that? Because being a perfectionist can really stop you from doing a lot of things, because you want to plan it out to be exactly to your plans, perfect to your plans, and you can get, or at least me, I can get like really angry sometimes when it doesn't go according to my plans, because you're also very impatient when you're perfect and you have goals and stuff like that. So again, my question to you, how do you go about that, bro?
Yeah, I think the positive thing for me is like I'm not a perfectionist on like every field, because of the very simple reason that if I don't like something doing something, I don't care. So for example, sometimes with like stuff like homework, and if it's not interesting, then I'm just like, okay, just fucking finish it. I don't care. Which is something that you can also see in my grades. Like I've never been the good grade person in school. But for example, in the videos, like I can be about every fucking detail that has to be right. But yeah, at a certain point, you just have to like accept that like it's not gonna become better, and it doesn't matter that much. For example, with the videos, like on YouTube, you have like the graph, like where you can see like until what point people watch your video. They have like the drop off, and like most of the time, if people watch like 25% of 25% of the people watch your entire video, that's already pretty good most of the time. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? If only like 25% of the people that open your video actually care enough to finish it, what does the one fucking detail matter? So I think that's like the thing that you really have to like get yourself over. I guess you just have to realize that, like, yeah.
No, I totally agree with you on that, man. Now talking about goals, man. Do you set goals? Do you have like a yearly goal or monthly goal, or how do you go about that?
I always like have a lot of plans, but I've never really set like goals. For example, I want to learn about data mining and artificial intelligence, but like I never really like engaged in it. So maybe I should actually set goals and be like, okay, this week I'm gonna be doing this, and I'm just gonna learn everything about AI, and that's my goal for this week. Next week I'll do something else. So maybe I should do that, but like I never really did it that well. So I don't know if you do it, because like I don't have like personal goals that much. I had like with YouTube at a certain point, like that's easy. When I started, I said like, yeah, I want to have like 100 subscribers within like 3 or 4 months, which by the way failed really hard. But yeah, I never really do it that much, to be honest. I don't think I really ever set like goals for myself that much. But it actually does help, or even like sometimes making bets, with a friend that you will do something. To give you an example, before I went to Denmark, me and a friend of mine, we were talking about going to the gym, about like deadlifting, and we just made like a bet for like a creative beer that when I came back, I would actually able to deadlift more weight than he did. So then I was like really motivated to like train him with more and just go harder and go harder and go harder. And then you actually do it because you have like the bet and you want to prove that you're better and you want a crate of beer, obviously. So that really helps actually, just like setting goals and just making a bet. I think that's one of the best things to do. But I should do it more because like yeah, I never really set goals for myself. So maybe I should do it.
Maybe in the future, brother.
Yeah, I hope so. Do you have like a lot of goals for yourself or
Yeah, I do set goals. Yeah, in health, wealth, love, and happiness. And so before I never really set goals. I just started setting goals like I don't know half a year ago. So not long ago. You know, before I mean when you're like in a university, for instance, like you right now, you know, your most attention goes to like, you know, university stuff, and you know there are not really too many goals that you have to really take into consideration. I think, in my opinion, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but you know, after you kind of graduated, you have like other things that you want to like set goals in, and you know, you kind of like, I think, in my opinion, why people at universities don't really set goals is because it's not really life yet. Like, university life is not really life, you know? And so when you get out of university and you get into a job and all of that, then you kind of see like, oh, holy cow, I'm actually stepping into life, you know? And then you think about all of these things, what can actually make you happy, and health, wealth, love, and all of that, you know? So yeah. So yeah, what do you actually do in bad times? Like, everyone has like kind of times where your goals aren't going according to your plans, and you just feel bad and unmotivated. Did you ever have those times?
yeah, of course, of course. The best thing to do against that, I didn't know what I really did. Like I think if something is going bad, okay, sometimes you just can't help it. Like health, most of the time you can't like really help it. But I think what the most important thing is just like you have to take a break for a second or a few days, and then find the motivation again. This is, for example, what I had with YouTube. Like YouTube becoming a big YouTuber goes, as you probably also know, really, really, really slow. So you really have to be, yeah, you really need to have like the motivation, but sometimes it's just gone, and then you just need to like take a break from doing all the stuff, and then just remembering why am I actually doing this, and then starting over again. For example, a few months ago, I did some self-help videos on YouTube, but like, and they got a fair amount, for me at least, of views. But then the issue was like, you know, after a few weeks, I was like, yeah, okay, but I really don't care about this actually. Like I was like, they got a lot of views, but I was like, for me, this is not interesting. I wanted to do like more just random bullshit psychology stuff, you know. So I started doing that again, and now I'm making videos about like why guys send dick pics and that kind of stuff. And yeah, there's like, it's completely random for most people probably, but these are like these stupid little facts that I like. So I basically just said like, okay, take a break. I don't like doing the self-confidence stuff like over and over again. So I actually did something else, and now I'm like, I like it a lot, of course, and probably I will do some new videos about like self-confidence. But for now, I'm like, I enjoy doing this stuff more. So yeah, I think that's like one of the most important stuff. Just remember why you are doing it, and especially do something that you like. I mean, we always say like, okay, you have to work out because it's healthy, but in the end, like, you need to do it because you like it and not because you want to have like a beach body, because that's what every guy should have. You know, if you just do it for that reason, it's not gonna work and you're probably going to give up within like a week or two.
Yeah. No, totally, man. Totally agree with you on that. Now, this is a question that I've never really asked before. So a question that I will ask you for the first time in my interview series. So, what do you think that you are most good at? Like your greatest strength?
Oh crap. Well, here comes my ego. I don't know actually, because like I don't have like this one thing of which I think like I'm really good at this. It's it feels kind of sad now, but
Doesn't have to be like one thing, you know. You can list some, let's say the top three things, the top three main strengths that you have.
I think one of them is at least that I'm like a pretty like smooth uh talker, you know, or like okay, this is going to sound like really weird, but I think like I'm kind of a likable person. Like I'm not one of these people that like makes people like angry or sad. Like I'm a pretty good listener, and I think that is something that people like a lot. And I'm pretty thoughtful as well. Like sometimes I'm really impulsive, but I'm really good at like just taking a step back and like trying to understand people. For example, if someone makes me mad, I'm not going to be like mad just for the sake of being mad. I'm really good at just taking the step back and just calm down, chill. Even like, and that sometimes really help. For example, you might have it, you might recognize it. When you go to a party, you know, and there's like this drunk guy and he just gets like mad for no reason. I actually have like just the brains just to like calm him down and like not escalate on it, you know. I'm a pretty like calm person actually on that field. I'm always like, okay, dude, I understand you. Just chill. I'm really sorry. Whatever the fuck. And like, I think that's a pretty good thing that I have. That I've, yeah, I'm not afraid of being like just nice to people in that sense. I think that's like a pretty good thing that I have. Apart from that, I don't know if there's like anything else really of which I would say like I'm really great at this. But yeah, this is something that I learned as well. Like everyone just really overestimates how good they are at something. Yeah, actually, you might have seen the movie that I made like 2 weeks back, like about the Dunning-Kruger effect. You know that people always think they do it better. So I'm like a bit careful with what I'm saying.
It's all good, man. It's all good. I mean, like you said, when you have this Dunning-Kruger effect, you know, that takes place, sometimes you can't really control it. And but if you like kind of be mindful of that, then it's all good. The reason why I'm asking you this question, not that you think like, oh, now I'm gonna be, this is my arrogant time, now I can say how good I am. It's just sometimes people
Yes.
don't really don't really know what they're good at. But when someone asks them, they tend to like come out with things that actually, you know, that answers that question, you know. And so everybody has their set of talents, you know. Everybody is freaking awesome, like I always say. And I just want to, I guess, remind you of that, that you are awesome, bro. So yeah, that is the
Oh,
question.
thank you.
That, yeah.
I know.
I know it that I'm awesome, bro. All right, man. So yeah, dude, I think that was it. But before we go, we have three more questions. I don't know if you like reading books, but have you read a book concerning mindset? And if you did, then what's your favorite one?
Um, I have not read many of them, but this one, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I didn't. Yeah, it's like it has a pretty good message, and also is like his writing style is like really unapologetic or something. It's I think it's a really good book, and you actually like notice that this guy is a blogger. Because like just the writing style, you really notice it. The only bad thing about the book, I'm getting crazy because of the voice in my head, in my headphones. Um, yeah, the bad thing about the book is like it's written like a blog, and it could also have been like a blog post. It's like 200 pages, and it's like a bit too long. Like the first half of the book was good. Second half was a bit like, yeah, you know, you just said the same stuff like in the first 100 pages. So I was like, I could also just have like read the first 100 pages and not the rest of it. And that's so. But I don't know how you feel about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I listened to it. I don't have the book,
Okay.
so yeah, I always listen to times two. So I didn't know how many pages there were, but like you said, it was a bit repetitive. That is true, but in some books it's always kind of like that. Not in every book, but in some books it kind of like repeats over and over and over again just to get the point across, and just because they need to fill out some pages so that they can sell it for
Yeah.
a bigger price. Oh man, but anyway, man, now before we get to last question, brotherhood, where can people connect with you further?
I have like Instagram and Twitter for Brains Applied, but like I'm not very active on both. Like probably if you want to get in touch with me or something, just comment in one of the videos. I always check out the comments.
As you know, my channel is all about mastering your mind to gain that self-confidence, self-esteem. So what has been that one revelation, one activity that has helped you the most in regards to mastering your mind?
I don't think there's like one activity. It's like just like everything that has like happened in, let's say, the last 4 years or 5 years. Just like becoming more self-aware, becoming more aware of how I can improve myself, and just like getting out of that fixed mindset. You have like the fixed mindset and the growth mindset, and just I think I was pretty stuck in the fixed mindset, but like I actually learned that what, I can change myself, and I'm probably the only person who can do it. So that, but there's no like one activity I think that like made it better, but maybe like going to the gym, and just because it was the first thing that I did, like just working out, trying to get a better body. I think that was like the most important thing, because it just started there. And then at a certain point at the university, like we had like a semester project. We had some courses next to it, and like every semester at the end they checked like, okay, how much did you learn? Did you learn enough? And then you like either passed or failed. It was a bit of a weird system, but like at a certain point I failed. And then I was like, yeah, okay, actually they are right. Like I can't deny it, that I have to like work harder or something. And then I really said like, okay, you know what? I'm going to take the harder courses, the courses that I have no experience with, like electronics, for example. I hate like doing electronics and making the circuits. I really hate it, and it's hard, and I'm really bad at it. But yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. And that was like the moment where I like changed the mindset of like, you know what, instead of always taking like the courses that are like easier, don't take that much time, I'm gonna do the harder stuff. And the teachers might be a bitch, you never know, but I'm just gonna do it. And I think that's one of the most important parts, I think, the most important things that happened. Just like failing the semester and then making the switch of, now I'm gonna do it.
No, totally, man. Totally. That was nice, bro. Having a growth mindset is always really important to have in life. But yeah, bro, thank you so much for giving me your time. It was amazing.
Well, thank you for asking me.
Yeah, and guys, whoever is watching and listening to this, I hope you enjoyed it as well. And also tell me, what was your favorite advice from Mr. Willem here? Leave it down below in the comment section. And remember that you are freaking awesome and that you can do it if you put your mind to it. Winnie out. For now.